Welcome to MK Pet Care. We love our dogs. You love yours?
Hey everyone, it's MK and PK and Samson
Guest starring.
and our surprise guest that I told you about. This is Gabe.
He's like, what's
So
going on?
I want you guys to do me a favor. Oh good, I'm seeing somebody. I wanted you to start saying hello and typing because man, this deal with Facebook the last couple of days. What's up with that? Hey everybody. Hi Kevin. Oh my gosh, good to see you on.
Puppy power.
So we are going to
Fun time.
attempt to put the dogs down today. I think Gabe will be fine being down on the ground, but as you know, Samson is quite used to being held the whole time.
Okay, and just to make it official, I want everybody to see Samson has legs, okay? People were wondering, does Sammy have legs?
Does Sammy really have legs? Yes, he does.
A quad amputee dog. I don't know. Huh? Oh, yeah. You're good. Yeah. All right.
So we're coming to you on a Thursday today because, oh my goodness, the next several days are going to be absolutely crazy for the both of us. We are doing four installs over the next 4 or 5 days? 5 installs? We're doing.
Well, if you include Venice,
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I got to squeeze Venice in.
So anyways, you guys, it's just going to be crazy busy here, and it was a crazy busy day already. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So let's go ahead. I see people are on. That must mean Facebook is working this afternoon. So that is awesome. So part of what we were doing today here in the studio, I posted a little video about the TV that we were hanging up here in the studio. And you know, I can HDMI right into the TV with my computer with my simulator on it and just teach from the TV. And that's how I do it at the events that I go to. So, you know, back in the day, like a year and a half ago or so, I used to travel with a projector. And then I was always worried that the projector bulb was going to burn out. A couple of times I got to my event and I didn't have the right cord for the projector. So we were like booking it down to Radio Shack. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that those days are gone. Most people that I talk to now, I'm like, do you have a smart TV, HDMI connection? Yep, no problem. So I've got it installed now here in the studio because tomorrow I'm having a couple people come for private instruction. So I wanted to just chatter about that a little bit again because I haven't really been doing much of that actually for about a year or so because the videos had taken off so much. But I do want to let you know that if any of you ever need help, okay, so first thing is, owners, if you need help, you reach out, your service for that is covered. But if you are just getting stuck with something, or if you're a newbie and you just need help with whatever the scenario is, you can reach out to me. And if you would like to make an appointment to come here in the studio, we can do one-on-one private instruction, just like I'm doing tomorrow. Actually, I have 2 ladies coming tomorrow, 2 friends, and they're coming for that. Of course, make an appointment. We got to plan ahead. But I can also help you with online instruction in the form of a WebEx meeting, or we're toying with this new conference call deal that Paul is, freeconferencecall.com, which we used with our owners a few weeks ago. And so there's always a way to connect. And basically, you guys, what I do with those sessions is I basically tailor it to what you need. Okay, so I just did one over the weekend. And this person was just having some issues with repositioning, okay? She was stuck. She actually bought a used machine at an estate sale, so she didn't really get any training. She's been doing a great job finding training online and YouTube and all that. But she heard about me. We had a session. I got her going. And the thing with those private sessions, the online ones, you will get the audio and the video recording. So, right, I hit the record button when we start, and then at the end, I will just send that to you. So you can have that as reference when we're done, okay? So just reach out to me if you're in need of that. I actually enjoy doing that. I go home and I get comfortable on the sofa and I put my simulator on my lap, put my headset on, and it doesn't matter where you're at, and I can help you, okay? All right, so that is good. Speaking of training, so for my events, So I have had a lot of people just recently reach out and ask me, what is it that I teach in my events? Okay, I'm getting that question a lot. So I think the word has gotten out that my events are filling and I'm going to be in this and that other place. So if you go to the events page on my website, so mkquilts.com, upcoming events page, if you will scroll down through, all of the events are listed there. And then just past the events, there's a little tab that says click here to register. And then right immediately under that tab, there's a little PDF file, and it's called MK's Teaching Outline, okay? And if you click on that, it's about a 3-page outline. It kind of just gives you a taste of what it is that I teach when I'm on the road. And basically, it is all of my layout and rendering instruction, okay? And just as review, I know so many of you have been following me, but this term layout and rendering is something that I coined myself, and basically it's the way that I use simulation as a tool to lay out my quilting design. What I plan to do on a quilt, I put that in simulator, I get that all laid out. So that's the layout part of it. Then when I have that all done, I've got a nice pretty picture of what the quilting's gonna look like. That I refer to as the rendering, okay? So layout and rendering, that's how I came up with that. And when I'm on the road teaching, we basically start simple, simple, simple with edge to edge. I have a little bit different take on doing that, right? And then we go through as much of my layout and rendering as we can get through in 2 days, all right? Does Sammy have a question? Sammy's waving at y'all. Wave back. Everybody wave back. Okay, so that is what I teach when I'm on the road, okay? The videos, I did want to mention that just a couple of weeks ago, so many people ask me about, Melissa, which videos do you recommend that I start with? Okay, so there are 5 core videos that I have that I would always, tell people, load this one in the cart, then load that one, and, all these 5 load in the cart, and these are the ones you want to start with. Well, I kind of got smart all of this time later, and I made a playlist, okay? So if you go on the website under the video training and you want to get those 5 main videos of mine, you can just do I think it's MK's Top 5 or something, okay? And it just makes it easy. It's one thing to add to the cart, okay? All right, so that, yes, I think that takes me through. Yes, we are getting to Paul. No worries. Paul will have his time. Many of you still are asking about the drawers and the tool trays. I really apologize about that. I keep asking Handy Quilter and they keep telling me the end of the month. Well, they said that last month and now they're saying it this month. I don't know. All I'm telling you is what they're telling me. Okay, so the minute that they start shipping, I will let you know. They will send trackings and it's just what it is. Okay, because all of this mess with the delays, we're keeping them on sale on the website. Okay, all right, let's chatter a little bit about the beta. So there was a new release of the beta just 3 or 4 days ago. What day is it? It's Thursday. I think it came out Monday. So the current version is 2.381. Okay, and basically the little fix that I saw with that was the business with this cruise setting. Okay, so we chatted about that for 2 weeks already, and your machine was taking extra little stitches if you had your cruise mode set up a little bit too high. So they've made some adjustments with the programming for that. So once again, you can play around a little bit with your cruise settings and fine tune it for what you feel comfortable with. Okay. All right, I'm going to let Paul talk a little bit about downloading and some things that he's got going with tablet upgrades and his PC service that he offers.
Okay, she just saw what I've been doing, so can you talk about this? All right, I got confused when you go to the beta download and there's a zip file up there. On the first screen it shows you. And if you go to the top, click download, you end up with a zip file containing the zip file which contains the files you really want. I found that double clicking on the zip file to the next screen and then clicking download at least gets you a zip file with the files in it. It's a small thing, but every time I try and help someone out, we'd end up having to unzip it twice. So I'm sure it's just a side effect of how the download mechanism on Dropbox works. when they get things back to where it should be.
So review one more time exactly the steps that make it easiest.
Okay, so when you go to the Handy Quilter Pro Stitcher beta site and you click download, it actually opens up a website for Dropbox. And the way I've been downloading it is at the upper right side of that screen, you'll see a download button there to download it. And that's what I was doing, but you'd end up with a zip inside a zip.
So what should you do instead?
So double click on the zip file in the center of the screen. It'll take you in, it'll show you the two files within the zip file. But if you click the right side of the screen? Or
That way, yeah.
Right, either. When you click the right side of the screen, download button, you will get a zip file with both of those files, and you can play with it. Just be aware that you might have to unzip it twice. I just found it a little irritating confusion.
Tablet upgrades. And your PC service?
My PC service, I have had a couple people see all these very good deals on Costco. If you're a Costco member, they have a lot of decent laptop deals with SSD drives, and a couple of them are sending me their laptops straight from Costco to get it all fixed up for them, cleaned up, taking off the extra software you don't need, putting on Pro Stitcher and getting it ready and shipping it back. That's a $100 fee on the website if you want to do that.
Yes. All of these things have been keeping him very busy, plus the fact that we got the extra dog in the house. So he is a busy guy.
And the
Now,
honey-do list.
oh, and the honey-do list. I asked him and my friend Dave to come and install the TV today, and I'm like, oh, well, while you're here, could you install this other thing too? So yeah, I do have my list. I do want to mention one thing that Paul said about adding the Pro Stitcher to an Avante. Now, we just had a new owner come on board that did that just recently. We understand that, you know, going the whole new machine route, that is a chunk of change. And sometimes it's where you're at, it's where your budget will allow, and, you know, you can add Pro Stitcher onto that Avante. It's not a problem. It's not that you can't. Okay, it's absolutely not that you can't, but the new machines, oh my gosh, the functionality, just the marking alone with the handlebars, oh, it's so glorious. That is worth the price of admission. Okay, let's see. I had on here that today's the drop dead day for Thread Club. So if you have not submitted your color choices, please do so right away so that Paul can add one more thing to the to-do list. I might have to do that this month because
yeah, sure.
he's so busy.
I've already printed the stuff out. There's only one pending right now, but if you want to get involved and subscribe, we do have a good stash at home. We're increasing our stash each month. Eventually we'll start making money off this, but not right now. So,
you know, I get a lot of questions, or I see a lot of questions on the boards about thread. What's your favorite thread? And you know what? Every time I see that thread come up, no pun intended, every time I see that, there's so many people, I like this, I like that. So many people like to be able to change threads, okay? I want to stitch with a fine thread, and then I want to go to a heavy thread, and whatever. I have just chosen, because I am such a busy quilter, I mean, I pump these quilts through here, I don't want to make a lot of adjustments with changing thread types. So I have chosen, for me personally, what works well is to just standardize thread. I use the Omni, all my machines love it. I wind my own bobbins. It's a good value for what you get on the cone, and that's just my preference, okay?
and for those who didn't see the newsletter, I made a trip out to a new owner and spent the good part of a day with them tracking down some noise that had started happening. They'd been doing a lot of quilts, and we eliminated the internal noises and things as best we could, and there was still this irritating metallic pinging sound from the top of the machine. It turned out to be the thread.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
We did it last week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, stressing it now. Right now. as
Okay,
Cindy says.
so buy a good quality thread, you guys. That's, I mean, whether there's a lot of you out there that love Glide, I know, and I have some Glide here, and it's not that I don't like Glide, I do, but again, I have to just be cognizant of making slight tension changes whenever I change thread. And I personally, this is just me, I personally like to pull a new color through, wind a bobbin, just test it a little bit out on the side and just go. Okay, so that's just me. Okay, so we're gonna show you what's on the frames.
But first-
Well, yeah, that's on the frame. I mean,
Well,
that's on the
okay, I
table.
guess, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so over on McFinity, I cannot show you what's truly on McFinity because it's for a book, a project for a book that I'm working on. But this is a quilt that's going to be coming up in my studio soon and very soon. And it's one of those radiating 9-patch quilts. It's really beautiful. Nothing on Amara right now because she's been sold. She's going to a new owner next week. And over on McForte, who is soon to be known as Felicia. So Kim, if you're watching, look at your machine right now.
So you can see I have it
Okay,
open
Paul.
here to do full service. Obviously it hasn't been used a full year. We're just cleaning it out and oiling it. And I do want to make one comment because I run into people in the field who say they've had their machine service and the guy comes in with a single bottle of oil. That's not service. You see the 6 different oils and greases there, the 3 greases there, and the 3 bottles of oil. If you aren't seeing them using that on your machine, you're not getting the proper lubricants in the proper place. So just a heads up for those who have a trusted maintenance guy, make sure they're actually using the right products on your machine.
And we're not, you know, these statements are not, we're not bashing anybody or whatever, but
Specifically.
we have heard, we've heard some stories. Okay, so just make sure if you're paying for a full service that you're getting a full service. And we've talked about this before. Check your manuals. Each one of the manuals will have in there the recommended maintenance schedule, and you're going to want to have that internal lubrication done when it's recommended because your machine just needs that. Just like your cars need their tune-ups and all of that, your machines need that to stay running at top performance. Okay, I was just gonna say, do y'all have any questions? I mean, I know that you could just type. So if you have questions, just pop them below, and I usually go through afterwards and see who was on and what comments or questions. And I did do the tip of the week, and I will post that this afternoon. It has to do with the new baste function and the button, okay? And I will try my very best to keep up with those tips of the week.
Thank you, Kathy.
I will try my best to keep up with the tip of the week. My schedule, my travel schedule is going to get very, very crazy, but I will try to keep up with those. I'm probably going to have to just bank some, do a bunch of them, and then just spread them out over the weeks because my schedule is going to be a bit crazy. Next week, we're going to have some more big news. There's stuff coming. There's stuff coming down the pipe that I'm not talking about this week. I'm just going to keep you hanging. You got to come back next week to see about what we got going on here at MK Quilts. All right, you guys, thanks so much for all your business. Thanks for being a follower. And until next time, from our studio and Samson and Gabe, wherever he ended up, to you, happy quilting. Bye-bye.